Hello everybody and welcome back to another one of my videos. This is Aviation 04 and today we're going to be doing a model unboxing. So this one's pretty exciting. It was a couple of scratch and dent models from West Coast Diecast that, well, you'll see in a moment, but it was the Altitude model exclusives. So we're going to dive right into it. So there are 5 models in here and it's very exciting because I was able to get a lot of the, 4 of them anyways at a very good price. The other one I paid full price for, but I think that should be well worth it. These models are very nice models made by Altitude Models. So now that we're into the box, we're gonna pull them out one by one. So as you can kind of see, it a little bit. We've got 4 right here, and then we've got 1 in the back. So I'm gonna deal with these 4 first. So these first ones that I ordered knowing that they were going to be slightly defective, and it is 3 JetBlue A320s in the Spotlight livery. This is the Altitude Models exclusive, and again, it was a very good price. I know they're going to be slightly damaged, but it's pretty tough to pass up at the price I was able to get them at. So we're going to get into reviewing them. So starting off at the front, we're taking a look at the box anyways. You've got a very nice Spotlight box, registration November 805 Juliet Bravo, Airbus A320, the Altitude Models logo. Turning around on the side, these are made by Panda Models, Altitude Models is, so these exclusives that are made, these are pretty standard boxes. And as my camera battery died, I just switched to my phone. So what I was saying was these are made by Panda Models, and so the boxes they do a very nice job. I can pull a couple out right now. Actually, looking to get these boxes, I have quite a few Panda models, but this is the Spirit A320. This was the exclusive, I want to say back in 2022 or 2021, quite a while ago, but you can see it's a very similar design. And then this one was from Waffle Collectibles. This was the United 737-700 in the Evo Blue livery. So it's right there. It's obviously cheaper to do that is my guess, so that's why some people do them. But all in all, a very nice box. Let's get into the model now. So my thought process behind getting 3 of these was it was at such a good price that if I figured if one of them came intact and was in really good shape, then that would outweigh the cost of the other 2. The other thing with these is I need JetBlue just did a whole bunch of Spotlight tails, and a lot of the ones that I have the Blueberry and the Tartan, which are still there. I think the Blueberry, there's only maybe 1 left, unfortunately, but I figured I'd modernize. So taking a look at the model, this one's really nice. I've wanted to get this bad boy for a while. So we'll go into review. I had to get a little light in here. It's a little different with the phone and the camera. So starting off at the front though, you have your nose cone, you have your cockpit windows, you have JetBlue's famous aircraft names. This one is You Had Me at Blue. You have your L1 door, the Fly-Fi, big JetBlue billboard titles. Moving back, you have your overwing exits, your beacon light, your IAE V2500 engines with JetBlue.com right on the front. And then I think this is really cool. I forgot about this. The fact that JetBlue really doesn't have that many split scimitar models. This is the first A320. All the other ones are fence tip. It's just a standard blue color. You have your Wi-Fi dome, antennas, and your registration, which is November 805 Juliet Bravo, Airbus A320. You also have the American flag right there. And then moving back one final time, you have the beautiful spotlight tail. It is one of my favorites now. Unfortunately, I wish that they didn't paint it on so many planes, just because the blueberry, the barcode, the tartan, I mean, they're all iconic. And I kind of wish they would have kept some of their older tails with the original tails. But I mean, these are on everything now. And between this and the full blue livery, it's unfortunate that their old era is starting to get phased out, but I still want to represent it, and I still plan to represent it. You also have your horizontal stabilizers and your APU. And then moving over to the other side, you have more of the same. One of the coolest details, in my opinion, with JetBlue's fleet, and unfortunately with their all blue livery now, I don't think they have this. I know they don't have JetBlue.com on the outside of the engines, but it's kind of tough to focus, but you have JetBlue.com on the inside of the engine right there. It's a niche detail that I appreciate. And then I'm just going to open up these other two as well, just to make sure that they're all intact. This one's the second one, and this one honestly looks like it's in good shape as well. I'm not going to worry about going into the review of it again because I just did that, but I do want to take a look and make sure that everything is... This one seems to be in really good shape as well, so I'm going to do a further inspection. So yeah, this one seems to be good too. I mean, there's a little bit of paint chipping right here. Right in there, you can see it a little bit, and I think on the other side there's a little bit, but the engines seem to be... Or I'm sorry, the wings seem to be intact. And there's not much on the other side. Right there. So I'm really happy with that. And then taking a look at the third one. This one did come with a little note that said L2. So I wonder if the L2 doors, maybe there's a paint smudge or something. These were being sold as slightly imperfect. So it either had a gear issue or a paint chip issue or some sort of paint issue. So I'm curious what this one will look like. Again, this one looks really good as well. So let me take a look at it once again. So once again, this one's in great shape too. The only thing that I saw was a little smudge right here on the L2 door. But it's so minuscule that, yes, you can see it, but it's not obvious enough to take away from enjoying it. So by no means am I disappointed with how this came out so far. I was expecting to have to do maybe a tire repair or some sort of paint smudge, but there's not much there. So that was a great start to the unboxing. We've got two more models, and one thing I was really excited for with these models was I took a picture over the summer. Our family took a trip, and hopefully I can get a trip report out at some point. I've been struggling to get normal videos out, so I'd love to get that because I did get some footage of that. But there was a great picture at Orlando Airport of 3 spotlight tails lined up all in a row. I'll put it up on the screen now, but that's something that I want to recreate, and I look forward to doing so now. So let me move these aside now, and then we'll get into the next one. So this next one is a unique one, I think. It's the high-rise livery. However, it has the paint. It has the different nose cone, the older tail, or the older livery nose cone. Well, actually, taking a look, it says regular nose cone. So I don't know if that got added in. That looks like a label maker made that, so maybe it is the regular nose cone. Regardless of what it was, I was looking forward to this one too because there are a bunch of high-rise tails, and I also have the Gemini Jets version of the high-rise tail. And so pairing these up was going to look really cool. And if it had the older nose cone, it would have just been another really niche detail that I would have liked to add. But taking a look at the box, similar to the Spotlight, you have the tail outline, and it looks like it says the paint is weird on this one, so I hope that's not the case, but we'll just start opening it now. taking a look here, it doesn't look too bad right now on that side. And this side looks pretty good as well. So let's open it up. I have trouble sometimes opening these brand new models when no one else has opened them, or very few times has it been opened. They always pack them tight, which is very good for collectors. And here it is. So we'll go into review. So starting off at the front, you have your nose cone, your cockpit windows. You have, once again, JetBlue's famous titles. This one is If the Blue Fits. You have your L1 door, your antenna, your fly-fi, JetBlue's big billboard titles. Moving back, you have JetBlue.com on the IAE V2500 engines. And similarly to the Spotlight tail, it also has the JetBlue.com on the inside. Moving back, you have your overwing exits, you have your wings, and you have your fence tip winglets, different from the sharklets. And then moving back, you have your Wi-Fi dome, you have another antenna, you have the American flag and the registration, which is November 599, Juliet Bravo, Airbus A320, and that's a little bit where you can see there's a little bit of paint smudging right there, but that's, again, not too bad. And then you have your rear door, and you have the lovely high-rise tail. You have your vertical stabilizers and your APU. And then looking on this side, the only other issue is right here, once again in that same spot. So I wonder, it must have been it's obviously would have been a factory issue, but it's interesting to me how it was basically in the same spot on both sides. Regardless though, another great model, so happy to add it to the collection, and it looks great. They did a great job with it. And the only other thing I had to note was it was in fact the regular nose cone. So the box depicts the mismatch, but it is actually the regular nose cone. All right, and then moving on to the last and final model. This is another one that I've been eager to get, and it is the United Airbus A320 in the Evo Blue colors. So this one, this one's not a scratch and dent. This should be an intact model and with no issues. I've been so looking forward to getting this. They fly them into Syracuse all the time. They fly them into Orlando quite a bit. And should probably take a look at the box. As you can tell, I'm really eager to get into this. So you have the Airbus A320, your registration November 407 Uniform Alpha. Obviously your clip art. Looking on the side, you have the beautiful Evo Blue globe, United globe, and you have the seating arrangement and all the other information. So this one, I've been so eager to get. And here it is, the United A320. Wow, this is really well packaged. Look at that. They even have the foam, little foam polystyrene balls right there, protecting the fence tip winglets. That's really cool. I've never seen that before. I remember when NG models, very early, they would end up using foam as well to package a lot of their models, which is, it has its benefits, but it also has its drawbacks. One of the biggest drawbacks with it is just the fact that if something ever gets stuck, like let's say the landing gear gets stuck in here, obviously it's in more of a tighter fit, it can kind of get ripped off. But enough talking, I'm gonna work on getting this off, and then we're gonna review it. So these just slide right off, it looks like. Perfect. Wow, this model is good. So starting off at the front, you have your nose cone, you have your cockpit windows, you have the saying right here, I believe it's uniting people, connecting the world. Tough to tell on there, but you have your Star Alliance logo, your L1 door, your big United Evo Blue titles, that beautiful engine. And you have that swoop that you can see throughout the entire livery. Moving back, you have your overwing X's, you have your wings, and then moving back once again, you also have your Wi-Fi dome, your registration, which is November 407, Uniform Alpha, the American flag, your rear door, and the beautiful Evo Blue tail, along with your horizontal stabilizers and your APU. I wish this camera did a little bit more justice, but this is a beautiful model. I'm looking forward to doing updates with the actual camera, because it looks a lot darker on video than it does in person. That's a little bit better. But a great job by Panda Models, or Altitude Models, excuse me. And great work by West Coast Diecast to fill a demand and a big hole right now in the model collecting community. Or it was a big hole anyways. I remember Gemini Jets, maybe back in 2019 or 2020, they released the United A319 in the Evo Blue. And since then, there's been nothing for, there's been no re-release, and there's been no this is one of the more anticipated models, the A320. There's been no signs of it. So it's very cool that Altitude Models and West Coast Diecast were able to come along and fill that hole. So a great work by them. So across the board, what a great job that both Altitude Models and West Coast Diecast did, because at the end of the day, you do need a retailer. When you do the exclusive models, you need a retailer to supply the models and to put the requests in. And a lot of the times, these exclusive models, they can be kind of a gamble, because you never know how they're going to sell, and there's a lot less margin for error with a smaller company compared to a smaller retailer compared to a huge distributor like NG Models and Gemini Jets. So I really appreciate everybody doing the exclusive models, and I really want to give a big shout out to West Coast Diecast for doing these. These are beautiful, and I can't wait to add them into the airport updates. And with that, I really want to thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope to continue to pump some videos out. Busy time of year right now, but I love making these videos, and getting great releases like this always adds to my excitement. So I really appreciate you all watching. If you enjoyed, I would really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed, as it does help this channel out a bunch. I hope you all have a great day, and goodbye.
Caught every star in the midnight sky. Caught every star in the midnight sky. You know times I have bright for you.